Welcome everyone. This is a Yin Yoga practice that works on strengthening our digestive fire, our Agni as it's known through Ayurveda. And the props you'll need are a blanket or a bolster if you have one, or a couple of cushions with a towel wrapped around them, and an optional candle for meditation if you'd like to use that. So Agni is known as our digestive fire in the science of Ayurveda, and our Agni transforms and assimilates not just food into nutrients in the body, but it also helps to transform and process emotions, experiences and thoughts. So we can work on assimilating those with our digestive fire, our strong Agni, which is one of the reasons that you shouldn't eat when you're upset, because the Agni can only digest one thing at a time. So it could either be food or an emotion and an experience. We'll be working on the stomach and the spleen meridians through the body. And we will start with a little meditation on fire and the transformation that fire brings. And because it's a yin practice, we're going to surrender to that power of transformation of the fire. So I surrender to the transformative effect of fire, and the Sanskrit mantra that we will use is Agni Mile Porohitam. Agni Mile Porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation. Agni Mile Porohitam. So you can use your candle now and just gently gaze into the candle. And if you don't have one, just close your eyes. Imagine a fire or a candle burning. As you get comfortable, and just start to connect with your breath. Gazing gently into that fire. You might like to repeat or just listen to the mantra, Agni Mile Porohitam. Agni Mile Porohitam. Agni Mile Porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation. I release into the fire that which no longer serves me. You might like to release something of your own from either the mental plane, the physical, the emotional. It could be thoughts, it could be events, relationships. Anything that doesn't nourish you anymore, release that into the fire. So pick one thing. Agni Mile Porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation. Moving away from that which doesn't nourish you towards that which does nourish you. Take another deep breath through your nose. Exhale through the nose, letting go. Agni Mile Porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation. Letting go of any struggles from this year, any tension, any stresses. Agni Mile Porohitam. Agni Mile Porohitam. Allow your bones to be sinking into the earth. Feel the earth support you. Allow the fire of transformation to transform those events, those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, to bring new light, new energy. Take another deep breath. And then inhale, float the arms up above you. Lengthening through the waist, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, release the hands down behind the back, interlock them, open the chest and extend the front of the spine. Good. Okay, and the first pose we're going to come to brings an awareness to the area of the body that we're working on. So please take a blanket and just roll it long ways. place it across your mat, and you're going to come down into your stomach. You're going to place the bolster under your stomach, just below the rib cage. So coming down onto your belly with the blanket rolled up there. Take your hands and to opposite elbows, and then rest your forehead on the forearms. Start to feel the support of the earth beneath you, and then start the process of letting go and surrender. As you inhale, feel your belly expand against the blanket, and as you exhale, release. So the blanket should be sitting just under where the belly button is, across the belly that way. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, release. Softening and letting go in the belly. You might start to notice that you were holding tension there, when you can feel this connection with the blanket. You get this feedback, this sensation from the earth, feeling the support of the earth and the blanket beneath you. Take another deep breath, feeling that expansion of the belly. Exhale, feel the softening, the letting go, the sense of relief. As you release the tightness or anything you're holding in the belly, and let it be absorbed by the blanket. At the same time, you might like to soften the back muscles, the backs of the legs, the feet, the heels, the balls of the feet. Just feeling a complete letting go there. Good. And then you can bend the knees and just swish their feet side to side very gently. And release. Good. Okay, we're going to move into Sphinx now. So you're going to come up, just slide the blanket from underneath you and interlock the hands, interlock the fingers, elbows under the shoulders. The other option is to take the palms down onto the ground, so just doing what feels best for you here. And again, just starting to continue to release and let go. So softening those glute muscles, softening the back, softening the backs of the legs, the soles of the feet. Gazing forward, and see if you can follow the pathway of the breath. So as you inhale through the nose, feel the breath travel all the way down the spine to the sacrum. And as you exhale, allow that breath to travel up from the sacrum to the heart space. So just doing that a couple of times, inhaling and exhaling there. Deep inhale and exhale. You might like to visualize the breath as a color, cooling the whole of the front of the body. Washing over you as it travels down the spine and then back up again to the heart space. Good, and then slowly and gently, just take your time to come down, rest the head on the hands again. Curl the toes under, place the hands by the chest, and gently push yourself up. Okay, we're going to come into a pose called saddle now, and there's a few variations to this pose. It's quite a strong pose, and you're going to feel the whole opening down the front of the body and through the stomach meridian on the top of the quads. So I'll show you the hardest variation first, and then we'll move on from there. So those that want to get started can. So the strongest variation is your heels are under your sit bones. And I'm lining up my blanket, or if you've got a bolster, you can use a bolster across the mat. And I'm going to place it just below my shoulder blades. I'm going to slowly come down. I'm lifting up and slowly come down onto my elbows, and then all the way back with my hands. I'm just sliding the blanket to get under the shoulders. And you might notice my knees fly up a little bit. That's okay. They will settle down as I release into the pose. So I feel a beautiful opening across the whole of the front body. And the practice, as in every yin practice, is one of letting go. So breathing in and exhale, letting go of anywhere that's tight. Now that may be too strong for you. So the other options you can do, if you have a tender lower back, I would recommend that you place the bolster, and definitely more than just a blanket. So a couple of bolsters or a couple of cushions that way, and you can lie down on it. If you think, no way I can get down at all this way, it's all too tight, then straighten one leg. So straighten one leg and just come into a half saddle, and I'll tell you when we're halfway, and you can swap the legs around and then do the other side. Okay, so they're the options. If none of them work for you, you could just take a Supta Baddha Konasana for this pose. So you could just take your soles of the feet together and come back. Okay. So coming into the variation of your choice, and begin the practice of this pose, which is just a continual letting go. So taking your awareness to the areas that are tight and starting to soften. We'll just hold this pose for about 2 minutes. Let's get it set up correctly. And for those that are already in the pose, that's great, and it's fine to hold it for longer than that time. So closing your eyes and just focus on the release and the softening, the letting go, which is sometimes a hard thing to do. If the pose becomes intense for you, just breathe out of the mouth at any time. Otherwise, continue to inhale and exhale through the nose. You might feel it strongly on the quadriceps, that's okay. As long as there's no pain, it might just be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's the challenge. How do we breathe through an uncomfortable situation? How do we let go more? Good. And to come out of the pose, you think about moving first, and when you come out, you move very slowly, almost like you're moving underwater. So just think about how you're going to come out of the pose, and then slowly and gently supporting yourself in a very slow manner to come out. Now, the counter pose for saddle is a forearm plank. So you're going to slowly and gently make your way. If that's too strong, you can just do a little cat-cow on all fours, or you can come down to your forearm plank and just hold it just for a couple of breaths here. Four or five breaths is fine. And then come down onto the knees and make your way into a comfortable seat. All right. So we're going to move the other way now. We just compressed that whole area. We stretched out. We're going to now come forward. So when you're ready, I'm going to use my blanket here. My legs are just a bit wider than hip distance apart. Take a breath here. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up. And I'm going to use my blanket across my body. You can use it whichever way you like, either across, or if you've got a bolster, you might like to come forward on the bolster. But we're going to very slowly just let our hands support us as we round the back. It's not a normal yoga class, it's yin, so we're letting go. I'm just rounding the head, chin to chest, letting the shoulders come forward, and just again feeling that feedback of the blanket against the belly as I slowly round here. Just releasing and calming the mind. So releasing any heat. Agni mile porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation, just allowing any pockets of tension or any heat in the mind release and let go. Slow, smooth breaths. Feeling a softening of the belly, a softening of the shoulders. And it's a slow process of unwinding, unraveling, releasing. You can feel the support of the earth beneath the legs, the sit bones. Soften the balls of the feet. Soften the muscles of the face, the forehead. Gentle letting go. Good. And then very slowly use the floor to just help push yourself up. Take a breath, take your time. All right. We're going to do a little twist now, which we're not going to hold for too long, but just, again, helping to stimulate that power of digestion. So from all fours, take the right foot forward and then make sure that the right knee is on top of the right ankle. Slowly come up. We're going to take a little twist, and again, I'm going to pull that blanket into my belly because I just think it feels nice. Bring the hands to the prayer position at the solar plexus, the digestive area. Inhale. Exhale. Just hook that left arm over the right arm and take a twist here. We'll just hold it for about 1 minute on each side. So just breathing here, bringing awareness to the digestion, to the organs of digestion, the intestines, and just feeling that stimulation on the belly as you breathe in. And exhale. So inhaling and exhaling here, feeling the support of your feet into the earth. Creating space. Good, and slowly and gently release. Release that right leg and take the other leg forward, left leg. Take a moment, take a breath there. Set yourself up. And when you're ready, bring the hands to the chest and slowly twist. And even though you're in a twist, you can allow that breath to still flow through. So there's a softening in the upper body. Although your legs are there supporting you, the upper body is softening and releasing. Just a couple more breaths there. Good. And take your time to come up and release. Well done. All right, coming to a seat now. We'll take a seated twist, a form of Ardha Matsyendrasana, but we'll hold it for longer than normal. So the left leg comes under, the right leg on top. Now my right leg is flat. My right foot is flat. Now again, if that's too strong for you, you can just straighten that left leg out. I'm going to come into a twist here. So as we have the blanket handy, if you'd like to use it again, you can. So you may take that blanket in or just leave it out and come into a twist here. So we're going to send that right arm up, bring up the hand behind you, hug that knee, inhale up, exhale, twist, gazing behind you. So it's a continual adjustment. So inhaling, a lengthening of the spine, exhale, twist. Inhale up and exhale, twist. Feeling the space between the backs of the shoulders. Feeling the opening where the liver would be on the right side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. So there's an expansion there. Inhaling and exhaling. Softening the face. Relaxing the tongue, and the lips and the mouth. Well done. Slowly turning back to the front. Remove your blanket. Release that top foot. Interlock your fingers under that foot and just stretch it out there. A little stretch. Good. Well done. All right, we're going to come to the other side now. So this time the right leg goes under, left leg on top. Grab your blanket if you like to have the blanket there. I'm going to place that left foot flat. Inhale the left arm up behind you to support the spine. Hug the knee in. Inhale up. Exhale, twist around. Inhale and exhale. This time we're compressing the stomach and the spleen. Slow, smooth breaths, just stimulating the digestive organs. Keep Keeping the awareness on the breath. Breathing into the back body. And very slowly and gently release. Removing the blanket. Release that left leg. Interlock the hands underneath and stretch that out. Good, well done. All right, coming onto your backs now and just lying completely flat. Taking a moment to place your hands onto the belly, onto the solar plexus. Take a breath there. Bringing your awareness to the personal power center, the fire in the belly. And then when you're ready, hug that right knee in. Draw the knee in towards the underarms. And stretch that leg out as interlock the hands behind the thigh, pushing the legs away from you. Bend that right knee, take the left hand to the outside, bring it across the body, stretch out. And gently release. Other side, left leg hugs in. Interlock the hands behind the thigh, stretch the leg out. Bend the knee, bring that leg across. Stretch the left arm out behind you. Feeling the space being created in this diagonal shape across the body. Fire needs space and air. And then gently release that left leg and coming into a nice Savasana. So if you've got an eye mask, you might like to place that over your eyes. Soften the feet, let everything go. Arms about 45 degrees, palms turned up. Take a deep breath there. Final exhale. Agni mile porohitam. Agni mile porohitam. Agni mile porohitam. I surrender to the fire of transformation. I surrender to the fire of transformation. Letting the whole body become heavy and just allowing the mind to float. If you've got time, you can stay here for 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, you can finish with me now. So hugging the knees in, rolling over to the right side. Taking your time to come up. Bring your hands to your heart. And just take a final moment to just gaze softly and gently into the light of the candle, the light of the fire. Agni mile porohitam. And then inhale, float the arms above the head, gathering strength and energy for the rest of your day. Exhale, hands to the heart space, surrendering to the grace of the universe. Namaste.